Welcome to the Gin Weekly Update for Friday, December 15th, 2017, 2 weeks before Christmas. I'm Joel Yeast.
And I'm Lindsay Erazo.
And here we are again at the Sheraton New Orleans Hotel, the home of our Global Leadership Celebration, January 26th through the 28th. This place is decorated beautifully for the holidays.
To the nines.
The lights, the trees, the wreaths. This whole city is alight. It is a constant celebration every day, every weekend is a celebration in the city, and coming up for our Global Leadership Celebration will be no different.
You know, New Orleans hasn't seen a celebration until they've seen gin in their town tearing it up.
Yeah.
I cannot wait until people see the spirit that we're going to bring to New Orleans. That's how I say it now.
New Orleans.
New
Wow. New Orleans. Wow.
Yep. 2 syllables.
She said a little bit
We've learned a little culture while we've been here.
And speaking of culture, celebrations, jazz music, and so much more, we have Dr. Tom Morter with us. Dr. Tom, take it away.
Thank you, Joel. I'm Dr. Tom Morter, and I want to share just a little information with you today because Blaine and Dr. Ted and I are working so hard to put together the information, the flow, the program for your Global Leadership Celebration that's coming up in New Orleans in January on the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th. We're going to be at the Sheraton, and in that environment, it is our intention that you grow. You see, you're going to be surrounded by a city that is the birth of jazz, and the music and the cuisine that is there. The culture that is in that part of the country is truly unique. Trust me, New Orleans is in fact a unique environment. So much so that when adversity struck them years ago, they not only learned to survive, but they learned to thrive. Not just survive, but to thrive. That's the key. It's one of the tenets about gin, is about moving us forward and getting us to thrive. It's like a rebirth or a renewed energy that you have as a result of being in the presence of other gin members, your fellow gin brothers and sisters. You see, we've made commitments at different levels to each other and to ourselves. It's those contracts you make with yourself. You see, this year it's going to be in January when we're in New Orleans, which is just after people have spent time thinking about their New Year's resolution. Well, let me tell you, the way you accomplish your New Year's resolutions is very simple. You get around other people, like-minded people, success-driven people, doers, people that apply the principles of gin, not the talkers. I'm talking about people who actually do something. You see, this is the first time that I will have been back to New Orleans since Katrina. I'm very excited about that. I can hardly wait to get there to see it, to see what's going to happen. Because this is the first time that not only are we going to have our leadership meetings on Friday with our platinums and our sanctioned speakers and our inner circles and our Club 712s, the leadership of this club, but we will also have had our very first level 7 training. You see, we're going to do that on Wednesday and Thursday. This is the first time at a major gin event that the room will be filled with people who have had the most advanced training to date. The most advanced training in the history of this club. You see, it's a family. It's about getting us all together. It's about being in New Orleans and being in that energy and being in that excitement. I encourage you to register. Our room block is filling up. When it's sold out, it'll be sold out. I encourage you to take advantage of the low airline prices that are still available to get to New Orleans the end of January. Start your new year with positive people. You see, as we begin to move into that new year, I'm always reminded at the holiday time of season, because when I was in practice, you know, the decades that I was in practice and the thousands of people that I helped on their road back to health, I would always talk with them about their family and what they're doing for the holidays and what's going to occur. And I was amazed by the answers that people would give me, from we're getting the whole family together, everybody's together, to the other extreme of that, which was I don't do anything with my family. I haven't seen my family for 25 years. And that always struck me as odd. And it always struck me as something that I was going to make sure didn't happen in my family, because it saddened me that those people couldn't have a relationship, or had not yet chosen to have a relationship like I had with my family. My family is very important to me. As a matter of fact, I worked with my mom and my dad until each of them passed. And I worked with my brother and my sister. As a matter of fact, in Rogers, in a small town, when we were building a huge practice, a practice that covered generations, because since the mid-60s, there's been a presence here in a small town in northwest Arkansas. And that family environment that not only, we built new buildings, and we built new clinics, and we had 12,000 square foot offices, and in that building, Dr. Ted and I still chose to share an office, because we were very busy, and we had just time where we could just see each other. And so we actually built an office in between our treatment rooms, so that if we happened to have a spare moment before the day or during lunch or in the evening when we finished practice, we could talk, and we could build our lives, and we could plan a strategy on where we were going to go. And that family environment then spreads. It's not just your immediate family, it spread into our practice, and it spread into our community. Listen to this, it spread into our community, and you had your finger on the pulse, and through generations you got to know children, you got to know the grandchildren. That's very important to me, because then we began to teach a technique and a system, and we expanded into Canada and into Mexico and into Europe and into Australia in Morter Health System. And then we had an extended family, and then we were introduced into the world of gin, and our extended family grew even further, where over 100 countries were involved. You see, this is the beauty of family. This is the beauty of an extended family. This is the beauty of gin. This is the ability for you to help others help themselves. I'm proud to be a part of that. Maybe you know someone, you probably have this thought from time to time. You think, I wonder what happened. I wonder where, I can't wait to see. You know what? Instead of just not waiting to see, why don't you take an action step? Send them an email. Pick up the phone. Better yet, remember the phone? You actually called people before you just texted them or tweeted them or sent them an email. Call them. Call somebody that you know that you haven't seen in a while, or you haven't talked to in a while in gin, and say, hey, are you going to be in New Orleans? I'm going to be in New Orleans. Let's meet in New Orleans. Let's spend some time. Let's get caught up. You see, in building those relationships, I look so forward to the day, generations from now, when our grandchildren say, I remember when our grandparents started gin. I remember when they created the family environment that we now share all over the world. That's very fulfilling to me. That helps to fulfill a quest that I have to get this messaging to as many people as we possibly can while we have this time on this planet. I look forward to seeing you in New Orleans. I'm Dr. Tom Morter.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tom. We are very excited about this upcoming Global Leadership Celebration right here in New Orleans. It is going to be absolutely amazing. We have been priming and prompting all of the staff here at the Sheraton to let them know that they have no idea what kind of spirit is going to be here in January at your Global Leadership Celebration.
We are going to change the culture here. And we're 2 weeks out before Christmas. We're excited for your celebration. Live life to the fullest. Celebrate with all of your heart.
No matter what you celebrate, be sure that you spend it with your loved ones, your friends and family, and you spend time loving and laughing, because that is really all that matters. We will see you next week.